Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age Mythology Replay. Spawn on top right side is the blue Poseidon, we got hrsi. Spawn on bottom left side is the gray Gaia. We got Ultrainstinctor. Or Ultrainstinctor. I don't know why I can split this name multiple different ways. I see Ultra, but I also see the word train. And I also see Instinctor. Ultrainstinctor, I think. I have no idea. Either way, let's go ahead and talk about the major gods. Gaia, or Poseidon, is a cavalry and economic flourish. Militia spawns from raised buildings. Cavalry, caravans, and everything to get additional speed per age, particularly useful for caravans for increasing the income from them. Stable markers are cheaper. Marks have improved hit rates to get free hippocampus with the unique upgrade and make your village or cavalry have additional line of sight and a little bit of health regen to make them go longer ways. Gaia, of course, is also an economic god, or titan. Economic in building, starve heroic citizens, and reduce the cost of promoting heroic citizens by 25%. Economic guilds and technology is 35% cheaper. Economic guilds also provide lush. Economic guilds, towns and manors, all these buildings here provides grow lush. And lush provides some health regen here. I just realized something, you could go like this. I never noticed that there's a scroll bar there. And of course, you can turn Lush into Creep and make your units move 50% faster on top of Lush. Good for your caravans to get more increased trade rate. Do eye that. When it comes to the minor gods, for Poseidon, let's see. Gaia can go for any path. She's not really locked into any certain unit type. Well, Poseidon tends to prefer cavalry. This is more focused on cavalry. So you could go for Hermes for Spirited Charge for improves cavalry, but I'm also a bit more biased towards Photo Spear Panic to give additional divine damage to Hoplites, Militia, and Prodromos. And of course, a couple other very useful upgrades to go along with him. I'm more biased towards Ares, though Ceasefire is probably better god power than Pestilence. Myth unit spies can go either way. Cyclopes are good frontline myth unit, and Centaurs are a decent backline myth unit, but they're both H2 variants, so not excellent, just decent. When it comes to Gaia, you got Oceanus or Leto. I'm very biased towards Leto. Oceanus provides a Carnivora, and of course Kalaja for a flying healer. Carnivora is a good support god power. Versus Poseidon, who's tend to go more on reliant on cavalry, so Weightless with Mace is a pretty good upgrade for him, improving their movement speed and damage for the counter cavalry Peltus. Additionally, Bite Shark is your Mormellos and Fanatics plus 5% damage and a bit of bleed damage, when the bleed damage is not great in my opinion. Cheaper promotion is always quite nice though. Leto. Spider Lair is a pretty good god power. You spend a small amount of air to basically pick off 3 of your opponent's units, and fighting against Poseidon is more like to go for cavalry, as mentioned. Means the 3 units you could kill, that the spiders can kill, or would likely be cavalry. Automatons, they're cheap myth unit, we all know who they are. It's one of the antagonists and one of the campaign missions. A bit of health regen hit points on those. Here's a fun upgrade, improving your pierce armor for your automaton and human soldiers, all human soldiers, and additional increase for heroes as well. Pretty good upgrade versus gods who focus on ranged units such as Hades, and of course with a bit of capability for your oracles improves their favor generation is also very nice. You have Oceanus queued on up and Hermes. I think people don't use Leto as much as they should. Either way, relic got picked up. We do have Little Crow Circle. Reduces the food and gold cost of armory upgrades. That's pretty good. Yeah, minus 50%, that's quite a bit. Doesn't improve your pierce armor, but... Oh, it does partially affect it, but for the other ones, yeah, that's pretty good. Military barracks, counter barracks. Another charge of Gaia's force can be summoned. So the lure here has lured in a bunch of turkeys, some delicious turkeys. Goes for the zebra, which I believe does have better food generation. I think rhinoceros provides even better food generation, but it's a little bit hostile if you attack it. Sorry, I'm getting lost in the music. I love the Age of Mythology music, and the remastered one just makes it just slightly more impressive, which is a good way to go. Don't change it, just improve the number of instruments to give it a bit more fuller sound. Because early audio has, of course, had to be compressed, so you can't make the music too complex, or it's just maybe start crackling. Weightless mace now being researched. We do also have the winged messenger there, gives free Pegasus, make them also move faster and see more, so excellent Pegasus. Pegasus takes out that carnivore no problem. Oracle does slap that centaur in the butt twice, dealing exactly 50 damage there.
Here, Joes.
Now 10 damage times 6, so that should be roughly 60 minus the armor. Ceasefire summon, trying to get this town sort of built with little problems. Has another 13 seconds. This is going to last for another 20 seconds, so it will be successful. Looks like Poseidon found Hectate's torches. Gaia, of course, can research Hectate. More archers, Toxidae being some. Got now the medium range soldiers now being researched.
Yuji?
I'm going to fast forward a little bit there because right now looks like just overall being the economic phase. When it comes to the next god upgrades, you got Dionysus and Aphrodite. Both are good gods. A bit more leaning for Poseidon, Dionysus. You get access to Bronze, Hydra. Dionysus improve all units' hit points by 5%, and of course you got Tharkin horses, improving lifesteal on all your cavalry by 30%, which is very nice. Of course, we do have Aphrodite, provides Curse, which is a good god power, and even lines decent myth unit. And of course, you get Divine Blood, improves your villager's speed, build speed, and carrying capacity. Excuse me. And you, of course, get golden apples for more favor generation. All of that, very nice to have. We do now have for Gaia. I can't. Oh, she's already aging up to Rhea. Rhea, I think, is usually the one I would recommend for Gaia either way. Rhea does give you access to very fun trader god power. Behemoths give you an early myth unit siege weapon. Not too particularly important in my opinion. What's something pretty nice is Horns of Consecration. You get your age 4 infantry unit in age 3. It reduces their train time even further. They already train pretty quickly. So with Gaia, you get all you can upgrades an age earlier. Now you get this unit an age earlier, which really decent incentive need to go in for age 4. You just need to get the champion upgrades at that point in time and the iron upgrades. Orichalca Mill gives you infantry hack armor, which is pretty nice in general. Whereas Gift refunds all the mythological upgrades favor costs, which is very nice. And of course set them down to 0. It only costs 150 resources, fast research rate. It's a very nice thing to give you a rebate, so you don't have to feel bad going for any of these upgrades earlier on. Just get this and call it good. And that's not important. Raise minions automatically repair friendly nearby units near your dock, so gives them better health regen aura. Guess if you really want to play Age of Empires 4. Either way, we do now have Gray advancing. We got a Behemoth there. The Behemoth. Offering 110 crush damage, 700 health. It feels a little bit squishy overall, but does have good anti-structure damage. Has a bit of health regen as well. Atlantean needs to go straight to the behemoth. And does trade the centaur there. Probably the best target right now. Poseidon's still H2. Carnivore summon. Behemoth does get killed off there. But Townsend took a beating there, that's for sure. Vajra may get picked off, but does save it. And they can always just heal the rest of these forces later on. Cherubos still not pulled in the field. Atlantia being resummoned. I don't know why in this picture, giving a distance how small it is, it just looks like it's a queen. I don't know why. From this size, it just looks like a queen to me. Oracles here maybe a little bit too close to each other. Yeah, providing 0.4, so this one's losing out on with 2 nearby oracles. We have some medium containers now being queued on up and copper weapons. Blue's gone for a handful of forearms. Still got some monkeys here. They're not too delicious. Only have 125 foods located inside their bodies. Enough to feed 2.5 villagers. And now Lord of Horses, Medium Cavalry, the Civilian Warlord, which is improvement on Centaurs. Probably better go for Spirit Charge first. But if he's going for that, he's going to go heavy in Centaurs. Which only has the one at the moment. Nope, both flyers ecoing up. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Here's something. We got some Cotoneris raiding Belzica Hippus there. We do have Dionysus now queued on up. Watchtowers to keep watch. Heavy cavalry, heavy infantry, behemoth, more marmellos. Granary now being obtained to store all the grain that he's going to salvage from the zebra's bodies. Clearly those things are filled with grain. Now the towns are deployed on the field by Gray, who has 70 civilians. Gray has 25 citizens do their part. Heroic term being picked up by the Hippus. Sound like a behemoth took damage there, but it did not. Counselor has been repaired up. Behemoth needs to stop advancing forward, is a little exposed. Ephesus and Atlantean nearby. No Hippolyta just yet. The behemoth will be going down. A Hydra on the field. One Hydra to hail. I hear something up here. Looks like a behemoth managed to get into town. Yeah, this behemoth should not have gotten this far. And town slows down. The militia are going to be angry. They're going to try to stab the behemoth with a bunch of pointy sticks. Trader Godfire somewhere. Looks like you went and grabbed Hydra the Hill. Hydra is quickly going down there. Continent's flanking the Toxays is very nice. Now got bronze activated for blue. Arcus archers now pulling the field. Not even medium, just Dark Age Arcus archers. Couple of these militia here that killed off the... Oh wait, no, the behemoth's still alive. The militia and the behemoth managed to make its way to this town center. Caladra is taking time to heal the behemoth, very nice. Gray's going to fall back and let use the behemoth to draw some fire there. Caladra needs to fly back as well. More Contineris, more Arcus archers being deployed in the field. Caladras need to fall back. Speed of charge not queued on up, and blue's going for Hippolyta as well. Orichalcum now being researched, which I believe Orichalcum is a gold titanium alloy, maybe a bit of chromium mixed on in. Now Tharkian horses being researched. Blue's going for heavy in the horse style. A couple pulses would be a good idea for Gaia to start queuing up some of them. And with the amount of Contineers now being on the field, Blue should start eyeing for a bit more Prodromos than Hippus. Copper shields researched. A number of medium Prodromos over here. Which actually they don't have too much range armor. Nor really high hack armor. Probably because maybe they're missing some upgrades. Yeah, basically all of the blacksmith upgrades as opposed to only copper. Baroque destroyers push way forward. They have high pierce armor, and they do have a bit of health regen from the nearby Caladra to heal them up. Given enough time, the destroyers will destroy the town center. It's in their name. Forces push forward. It does have some militia mix on in. Good number of Arcus archers here. Now they're medium. Hippus being picked off by the Prodromos. Does take out the towns that are there. And the militia are storming out now. Gray's now going for another behemoth. And some of those villagers are collecting the gold deposit. Not like they can really run away. And they should be spotted by those Caladria. Looks like they're not being spotted by Caladria. Caladria is not meant to be a scouting unit. Then again, of course, Gray doesn't have any units over here. Let's see, Gray has an army of size of 86. Look at it all over here as well as over here. Behemoth taking out Granary. Citizens starting to collect up some of these rhinoceros as well. Blue's splitting up his force, sending the Padromos down south. So this is going down, so does the Oracle. Gaia Forest being summoned out somewhere. Up, see ya. Enjoy your potatoes. Behemoth Dying's townsend by getting intercepted by Atlantia. Contineris being intercepted by Padromos. Snares on those units there. Caladra backing on off. Feels like Blue's in a pretty good position right now. Blue has a large military force on the field and it's more Valley on the field. Gray does have maxed out civilians though. Going for more Contineris and Arcus archers. We do have now Artemis being queued on up. Surprised we didn't see Habitus to get access to more powerful upgrades for his unique cavalry unit. We do now have the Atlas being queued on up, give access to Argus, and of course to Implosion, which is not as great as the most powerful magic, Explosion. Fortified towns are now taking some damage. It is actually queued out Canoptic right, so maybe I'm for more Hydras. It does give them a good amount of health for Gen. Which means if you can keep the Hydra alive in between conflicts such as this, they'll of course get a lot more heads. Fanatics queued on up. Of course, Gaia did research the one upgrade Horn's Consecration, give them early Fanatics. You do have the Arcus Archers and Murmello being Heroic-fied, Sanctified. Let's find good enough of these units here. Good amount of militia here to do their anti-cavaliers. They are affected by medium infantry. Even though there's no visual upgrade onto them. Maybe they should give them visual upgrades onto them. Just start replacing the straw hats with copper hats, iron hats, and then golden hats. Implosion being summoned. Right in the middle of the fortress here. Somewhat fitting. His army's going to be counterattacking there. Explodes outwards. Blue's army's falling back there. I just do, of course, have some good health for Gen now. So if he sends units one at a time, it will really feed the Hydras. Particularly heads. Got Argus here. Hippolyta needs to start targeting the Argus. Target the Argus, not the Arcus. Fire Siphon here. Oh, and Traitor's on the Hydra there, which actually looks like it loses its head after being Traitor. The other Hydra still now has 3 heads. Gotta be getting close to a 4th head. 4-headed Hydra. It has taken severe damage on the 50 health, 40 health, 20 health. Pull back the Hydra. You gotta keep the Hydra alive. Task everything else to attack. Ultragen is kicking in. And Hydra stays alive. And that's a 4-hit Hydra having 144 damage or 96 DPS. Just task the Hydra back home, let it heal up normally. If an upgrade is considered normal. We do have some champion Prodromos here. There's some champion Heritaros now uploaded on the field, which is an excellent unit to fight against small targets with a splash damage. It is effectively anti-range, anti-infantry unit there, while still being capable of fighting other targets. Got some high passes being queued on up and some donkey caravans. Not sure. There's the market. Going to this town center up here. Got now Lush or channels being researched. Improve his move speed on Lush. Tries the way forward. Trying to take out some of these citizens. Draft horses, coinage, conscription being researched by Poseidon. Another behemoth being put up by Athena or Gaia. Bit of health regen on these guys. The Hydra. Advance way forward. The Hydra's not been fully healed on up. Has excellent crush damage to work with. Also got some of the Heliopoli. You actually don't really see them all too often. The Hydra does go down. The free Chimera slowly taking damage there. Polyhemus knocks around good enough of those units there towards siege weapons, taking out some of the barracks now. Cavalry trying to take out the siege towers now. Got a number of fanatics here, which are anti-cavalry tools, but Heritaros can technically counter them with splash damage. Polyphemus knocks back some units there and forward, and knocks leftwards as well. Fanatics do have +% damage multiplier. Like Heritaros, they do, let's see, 3 population. I think Heritaros actually 4, aren't they? Nope, they're still 3. Fanatic here, got some high passes to intercept the Fanatics as well. Caladria or Carnivore now floating the field. Polyteam is probably ready to smash the ground. Got a lot of medium Peltas here. He's not going to get too many range units here, so probably should cool off on the Peltas. Blue is actually going for a large number of Prodromos as well as Heritaros. Going for the Shaft of Plague, or yeah, Shafts of Plague, increasing damage for range units by 10%, and give them poison damage. I don't like poison damage, it's not very good. Number of Peltas on the field. Going for more high passes, going for more Peltas. I disagree with the Peltas. Right now, Poseidon's actually running low on gold. Peltas are pretty cheap in gold, that's probably one reason why he's going for them. He actually has queued up the claims a Typhon. And he's going for more Chimeras. Those are trying to build another forward fortress. Overall for Gray, got more Contineers, more Orcs Archers, more Murmellos. Takes out the fortress. Polyphemus does go down. Chimera immolates some of those units. Another high pass is being pushed on forward. Does Trader a Chimera there? Chimera goes on down.
Yuji.
We did have Hippolyta in the mix of that. Probably she's the reason why that Chimera went down. We now have the Devotees of Atlas being queued on up, giving increased attack speed for the Fanatics as they start losing health. My apologies. In blue, still mainly deploying on donkey caravans. Gaia right now only has 28 favor. It's mostly using favor on some of those god powers. Economic guild deploy the field, primarily for Lush. Contineers trying to flank around, hit some of these backline units. They are heavy tall tasks now rather than medium. Gray's making some good grounds over here. And Darkening Horses are keeping these Herataros and the Padromos alive quite nicely. Blues managed to slowly win this battle here. But Gray looks like a much better production queue going. We got good enough Padromos queued on up here. And we got some militia deployed on the field as well. They must have been cleaned up, existed around something, which they were consuming population space because of that. Blues makes pushes his way forward. Gray's falling his way back. More Murmellos and Orcs Archers with Contineers. No counter units there. Probably release should be IND couple Peltis counter cavalry units. But all these small target sites allowing the Herataros to splash them all down. They're basically Age of Mythology cuirassiers. Does take out that Contineers there. Siege weapons slowly picking off some of these units. And structures, I should say. This Heliopolis could go straight for this town center. Right now, Gray is having trouble deploying any or maintaining any sort of army in the field. Blue is maintaining a maximum army and not taking many losses. Has nothing on the production queue whatsoever. Targets are eyeing for Titan Gate, queued up a couple more siege together, going for Herataros now. do now have ambassadors. Reduce. I don't think I've ever seen this research in a single player. Reduce the tribute penalty. And looks like Grade is back to the game now. This is Grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.